Right, so it's called Politics on the Influence. Another pub, another glass conversation filled to the brim with heated debate, jokey aggravation and reconciliation as we talk, regardless of colour, class or creed, quoting Marx, Proudhon and others we've not bothered to read. A seed of doubt germinates as another pro-environmentalist argument terminates under the weight of the fact I still smoke and do the odd line of coke. A mental regression under the impression that all the while they're symbols of some kind of alternative underground lifestyle, while Yeats's systems are powdered with cocaine, and out in the rain while someone waits for a buyer, the piles of stomped fag butts get higher and higher. Back to the pub, shots are brought to the table. Statistics turn out to be fables and vice versa and worse. A trivialising trotting out of all the martyrs for our cause and inebriated pause for Malcolm X, Emily Davison, Che Guevara and Trotsky and all the others we drunkenly talk of as sisters and brothers without an idea what it's like not to fear death for what you believe. All the opinions I thought worked go to hell as I start referring to women as birds and skirt, and from my fag-stained mouth creep the words of a liar as I tell her I really like Arcade Fire and admire their talent. I may as well be out for rent out on the street, eyes pleading with a sign reading punk rock Corval slout for booze. Am I a ruse? It's so sad as I claim to stand above the swarm, but I'm sliding down happier to easier social norms. I feel free but something holds on to my conscience tight. Another round? Yeah, alright. Thank you. Cheers. Cool, I'm only going to do like 2 poems in between each act, because that's what PJ said I should do.
A rule applies to everyone.
I know. Alright, wicked. This one's about what I perceive to be like the complete technological takeover of the world via things like MySpace and Facebook and texting and all this malarkey that we've all kind of been introduced to us when we're teenagers. So we're like the actual one, if you're all sort of the same age as me, which I think most of you are, we're going to be like the first generation to have this introduced to us in our teens. It's one of the first generations to actually have this introduced to us, all this kind of mass kind of technology and all this mass media communication. And to introduce the poem, actually, there's a brilliant quote by Alexander Graham Bell, who, if you don't know, is the inventor of what we now know to be the modern telephone. And there's a brilliant quote from him. It's really sweet in its kind of naivety, where he actually says, what is it? It's something along the lines of, he said this upon his inventing the telephone, where he said, I don't think I'm underestimating the power of my invention when I say that at some point in the distant future there will be a telephone in every major town in America. And you kind of think, if only you knew, really, of all the damage you would cause. But, you bastards, Alexander. But, alright, basically it's about all that, and yeah, it's cool to text it. Fuck! I just texted, and now I'm next to vexed. I used the most concise wording, cramming and ramming all the info in, so I didn't have to pay for that second page. And I reckon that was pretty good. I've definitely written worse, but I've got a sinking feeling I might as well have sent it in a hearse. My fingers skipped hesitantly over the keys. I pretended to myself I was doing it with ease. I gave it a quick review to see if there was anything to mend. Then I picked her number and whacked send. Will she notice the X at the end? She could construe it as a kiss. It was such a risk. Why didn't I think? Cried, calm down, Paul. It's alright, it's just a reflex of the hand. And on reflection, move it into the sublime. And anyway, I use my female mates all the time. Hang on, sit. Anyway, I use my female mates all the time. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, fuck! I've actually completely forgotten it. This is really embarrassing. And I'm standing here in front of all of you. Blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, there's a beep on my phone on the kitchen table. Then at first I'm barely able to move my hand, and it shoots over, unlocks, and presses read, and it's a message from my mum asking what I have for my fucking tea. I feel like texting back, rejection on toast, but I leave it and wait for my next special digital post. What the fuck happened? How did it come to this? Our perspectives all bent out of proportion, forcing us to take nerdy caution, contacting people we fancy, getting antsy about whether we seem too needy or keen. It's obscene. Technology is taking over our lives, and arrived so subtly we didn't even notice the rift as we all slowly drift. Someone made us think we need these things: more phones, more profiles, more time shut up in our rooms, sitting underneath our band posters, pretending it's all drawing us closer. And instead of ringing and meeting and talking to the people we now haven't got the time to see, you're now a few clicks away from sheer anonymity. As if increased CCTV wasn't enough, making us fear all the people we thought we could trust. Now we're giving the state a hand, sinking in electronic quicksand. And the democratisation of media is a great thing. bringing people together for the great constant fight, giving information to people who otherwise wouldn't see the light, giving our community more muscle, strong and tight. Just don't let MySpace bulletins replace bricks through windows. Don't let MSN replace conversation. Don't let porn replace meeting someone you genuinely love. And for fuck's sake, don't let them bury us up to our necks. And shit, I'm still waiting for that text. Cheers. Thanks.